皆さんこんにちは。今私はグリーンウッドステーションにいます。ここはトロントの東側にある駅でして、ギリシャ人街っていうのがあるんですが、そこのすぐ隣の駅になります。今から紹介するのが、トロントグリーンウッド駅のすぐそばにあるルックスクラプチャーという、アートスクールですね。ここのアートスクールはちょっとタイミングが悪かったですね。ここのアートスクールは、陶芸、スクラプチャー、彫刻っていう、名前からもあって、ペインティングとか、イラストとかそういうワークショップもたくさんありますが、どちらかというと、ろくろがたくさんあるというのもあり、陶芸を楽しむ人がたくさんいます。で、オーナーはフランス人のルックという方なんですが、奥さんが日本人で、とても奥さんは奥さんで他に、ビジネスを持っていて、3階かな、上でまたビジネスを持ってます。では今からもう間もなくですね、本当に歩いて、今まだ2分ぐらいなんですけど、歩いてすぐのところに教室があるので紹介していきたいと思います。今日も寒くって指が凍りそうです。こんな感じで壁画もあったりします。これがルックですね。で、ここがルックスクラプチャーになります。Hi, I'm in the Lucsculpture studio, the owner of Lucsculpture. Hi.
Hi.
So, could you show around the studio?
Sure. So this is a sculpture studio where we're at right now, and here we do realistic figure gesture, clay sculpture, pottery on the wheel, and kids classes. We do also schools, and we do also private party and family clay with parents and kids. Yeah. And on this side we have the pottery studio. And this is René.
Okay.
Oh yes, we've met a few times before.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
So here we have some wheels.
It's beautiful.
We have, we have pottery classes. We also have members, quite a few. Those are glazes. This is storage for the teachers. And this is all of the artwork of the students.
Ooh. Wow.
And a lot of things in there.
A lot of things. Yeah. Yeah.
So let me take you downstairs. So this is the main gallery. In the main gallery we have art show. We also have, not today, it's quiet, but we have two-dimensional classes. We have painting, we have drawings, we have workshops. We also have events, we have art shows. Right now we have a lady showing silk, painted on silk. It's taken from a photography twisted and printed on silk. We also do poetry nights and music nights. So we've been doing it for a long time. So we do private event and private party as well. On this side, so this is the storage for the painting classes and the drawing classes. We also have a lot of musical instruments.
Oh.
and a lot of setup for tablecloths and private event or whatever. They pick their colors. On this side, how are you? So on this side, this is the office, and this is Crystal, and what's your name?
Zurab.
Zura. This is Zura. And as well, there's some of my sculptures here. They're kind of random throughout the pieces.
This one?
Yeah, most of those, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And let's go upstairs.
Yeah.
Can close the door.
What building? What kind of building?
So it was most likely a bank or a corporate assurance
Oh, that's
company.
why.
So here we have two safe.
Oh.
And right now we don't have a lot of money, but we have a lot of artwork and clay. And on this side we have the third floor. So here we have artists in residence. We also have practitioners. So this floor is more body wellness and mindfulness. So we have art therapist, a psychotherapist. We also have my lady. She has a patient right now. So we have a naturopath in there. And this is the show that I was showing earlier. So this is a friend of ours that passed away, a photographer. So here we do meditation, we do Tai Chi, we do yoga, we do art therapist, and so on. So, yeah.
Very nice.
So here we have a bunch of herbs, and my wife make tincture as well as special infused tea or tincture with alcohol, or specific tea depending on what the patient needs.
Oh, wow.
So let's go back downstairs.
Yep. So how many pottery wheels do you have?
We have 7.
7.
7
Wow.
wheels, yeah. 7 wheels. We cannot have more because of the space, but 7 is already plenty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's sit down. Is that okay?
Yeah. So
this is Lucsculpture.
okay.
Lucsculpture was created about 12 years ago, and by me, by accident. But I'm a clay sculptor for 35 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been an artist since 1982 in San Francisco. I did fine arts in San Francisco. Never got any diploma. I don't want any. I don't believe in diploma. Also, the philosophy of the school was based on me teaching in a French school, and I didn't like the way it was taught and grade, and I didn't accept actually the grading per se, right? So then I went into big depressions, and during that depressions I kind of wrote, and I wrote the philosophy of the school back then. Let me give you a little feedback on my background. So I come from France, and I travel all over Europe. I left school very early. I was already behind. I'm too right-blinded, so I'm not using my logical mind. So a very difficult school. So I left school very early. And my dad didn't know what to do with me, so he made a few suggestions: pastry, hairdresser. I ended up working as a fancy busboy. So I did an apprenticeship, and that was very difficult. And then I traveled all over Europe, in fancy restaurants. And then I went to Geneva, I went to London. From London, I went back to Paris, and from Paris, I went to North America. And that was, back then, it was 1980. And 1980, I traveled all over the states, 25 states, $1 in the pockets for about 7 months. And I met a lot of people. At first, I was writing. I wanted to write a journal of a traveler, French traveler, but I ended up drawing. And I met a lot of artists through my encounters. I did hitchhike, I did trains, freight trains, trucks, motorcycle, I got it all. And but I ended up in San Francisco. And in San Francisco, I was a French gigolo for about a year and a half. And then I met, out of the 4 ladies that I had then, one of them became my first wife. And she actually saw my drawings, and she said I was pretty good. So she said, you should come and draw at the art school. And then I went to the art school and realized that I was actually pretty good. But because of my background, my dad was in the army, I never really thought of doing anything in the arts. But then I realized that I had some talent, and maybe I should pursue it. So I went part-times and then full-times, and then I got a scholarship in San Francisco Art Institute, which at the time was one of the 3 fine art schools. My teachers were Roscoe, Da Kooning, and those people, but I didn't like their art because I was a realistic painter then. So I didn't, and all what the teachers were teaching was abstract painting. Black and white, one stripe, or just the teacher I picked was doing City on Fire. It was coming from the old Yugoslavia. But anyway, I had a great experience, and my experience that I got out of the free year at San Francisco Institute was the fact that you have to be yourself, you have to trust what you do, and you have to accept what you're doing and progress in that direction. Try not to think too much, and just go for whatever feels right. And so I did that. I did also a bunch of stuff at the art school, including printmaking and animations. I really liked animations. You're talking 1984, 1985. I did computer animation. Imagine what a computer would look like. Maybe not like in Japan, but we're talking San Francisco at that time. So, but my idea was actually to become an animator. So I went back to France. I worked in restaurant business with my first wife. I had a kid then. And then I started doing, looking for animations. I found a place, and I worked in animation 14 years. So that was my second cycle. I was still working from time to time in catering business because it's cash money. And I was then only doing clay sculpture in Paris. I stayed 14 years in Paris. That was way too long. I separated from my first wife. And I married, this time, not an Argentinian, but a Romanian. And then, luckily, she didn't like Paris. I didn't like Paris. As soon as I stepped in from San Francisco, I didn't like Paris. Never felt comfortable in France. So I was very happy that the company I used to work for offered me a job in Toronto. So I came to Toronto as a director of animations. I did 2 years. I did feature and cartoon series, Babar. The Japanese knows Babar. I did a Japanese Babar for them, actually. And then I got laid off because the company got bought out. And I went 2 years sabbatical doing clay sculpture. And that's most of the sculptures that you see here, the big sculptures like this one. I did it during that time. And then I spent all the money that I got from my old jobs, and I got in debt, so I had no more money. I owed money again. My second wife left me, the Romanian lady, and I went into deep depressions. So I lived like an hermit for about 6 months, and that's when I wrote The Philosophy of Lucsculpture. The philosophy of Lucsculpture is based on 2 main things. One is relief through creativity. I don't want people to think about what they're doing. I want them to do something that comes directly from their right brains. I don't want any logic there is no logic in art, and I want them to explore their creativity this way. So I call it relief through creativity because it's a relief. A young artist will be very messy, dark, because that's what comes up first, and then they light up as they grow older. The second philosophy is to be eco-friendly. There's a big disrespect for Mother Earth, so I wanted to banish acrylic, I couldn't do it, but acrylic is a fossil materials. It's actually a dead materials, that's the way I call it. It has no life whatsoever, and it's very easy to make, and it's very toxic to the environment. Also plastic, I try to abolish plastic, and also cell phone. Cell phone is another thing that people should be aware of. It affects the pineal gland, which means the third eye, and most people that died of cancer have a calcified pineal gland, or dysfunctional one, and the cell phone is actually one of the big reasons. So I'm fighting against the system, and I'm kind of rebellious, and I've been in this building running this school for about 13 years. I moved in this building in 2007, and I've been here about 12 to 13 years now. At the beginning, I was not making any money. I had no idea how to run a business, and I was losing money. I was drinking a lot. I was very depressed. By then, I got a partner, which was a black Jamaican, which got me fired from my old studio, got me fired from my old job in a restaurant, and threw me into this building, and I signed a 10-year lease. And that's kind of a mistake. If you think about logic, it would be a mistake. And it was true that for about 6 years, I didn't make any money whatsoever. I had to work somewhere else to make the rent and pay the rent. Now looking back, the school is actually doing very well. It's very popular. People like it, but I'm getting very tired of it. So I need to retire, if I may. Yeah. So I gave pretty much 12 years of my life for free. Didn't make any money or very little. And now it's just time for me to step out.
So thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
it was an amazing story. Thank you so much. So
Bye-bye.
bye.